morning, happy Sunday, and welcome inside the New England Sports Village as we close out the JWHL tournament in the U14 bracket, determining who will claim that division as the Connecticut Polar Bears get set to take on the Washington Pride here this morning. These two teams met up yesterday. Both of them picked up separate victories earlier in the day against different opponents. The Pride kick-started yesterday, winning 4-1 over the North American Hockey Academy. And the Polar Bears, I had their game in the afternoon. It was my final game of the day, and what a performance in goal by Devin Hendricks of the North American Hockey Academy. She did everything she could in a 1-1 game that looked destined for overtime. But Samantha Sada, with a minute and 2 seconds left in the third, broke that 1-1 tie. The Polar Bears went on to win 2-1. And the matchup set now this morning, and it should be a good one, as that was played across the crease by Julia Kleiner, guided up by the Pride, and they'll look to bring it ahead. Mia Daggett drops it off. Emma Miller tried to push that further down the slot as Daggett goes in deep. She knocked the player down to the ice as the puck gets pinned up into the corner. Kleiner will free it, but can't clear the zone. Long point shot. That hit off of Violet Fufer, who scored a pair of goals against the Hawks in that 4-1 win. Puck's going to be sent here all the way down, and it's just well wide of Blake Valentine's goal. Early icing here will set up Washington for an attacking zone face-off, and it'll be to the right of goaltender Reeve Burley. We didn't see a lot of the puck in that game against the North American Hockey Academy, but she came up with a huge save to keep it a tie game, and that was late in the second period. Shortly after her team had finally gotten the game tied, they had trailed 1-0 for most of 2 periods of play in that game. Polar Bears just had to wait for a moment to tag up here as they'll try and keep things alive now. Puck is pushed in deep by Jane Millay. Try and track it all the way down through the corners. Could not be cleared out, so it's swung around by Tegan Paget over to the near side. Pride once again get it up to the line, but not out of the zone. Millay goes across, and this is McKay shooting through a crowd. Went wide to the glove hand side of Valentine. As this puck will just escape the zone, deflected past Sada. And quickly moved back in. Lola Morton will stop up over at the far hash. Took a good thump there from Paget, who came over. Freed the puck, but it's held in at the point, into the slot. Around opportunity, pushed just wide off the stick of McGinnis. Then at the point, but then knifed off the stick of Dolch, who will reset, going D to D. Pass on to the wing. Morton able to get that through the stick of Paget. Comes around the Washington goal. Sada backhands in below the goal line. 5 players come in to converge on the puck. Sada taking it on the near side boards. Not a lot of room to work with. She'll pitch it back around. Morton looking over the shoulder. Knows there's pressure there. She's defended well by Maud McKendry. As the puck comes around the cage, Lane McGinnis tried to get it back up to the point. Pride were able to steal courtesy of Julia Williamson. We're able to get a change here, as Connecticut will try and do the same, but Morton's clearing hit off one of the Washington players and went out of play. We're at the 13-minute mark of this first period. We'll drop the puck at center ice. No score to begin this game in the early going still. Neither team officially landing a shot on goal just yet. A couple of chances having gone wide for the Polar Bears on their last shift or two. Head coach Janice Yang of the Polar Bears just having a chat with the officials who are going to have a conversation with both benches here. Cush on the Washington bench. They still drop the puck at center ice, as Kleiner will try and bring it back in, reaching for the puck. It's into the slot, and there is the first shot on goal. It's a good tester from Kaylee Colinari. Good stop by Valentine as this comes across for a point shot that'll deflect just wide. Madison French tried her luck from the far point. As it'll come back around towards her direction. Kleiner, though, will get there first. Puck getting through her. Kleiner into the slot. Unable to find Gingras. But the puck's kept in by Gabrielle Goddard, who was one of the 2 goal scorers in that win over the North American Hockey Academy. Played quickly back up the boards. Colinari fanned on that shoot-in. Gets it back, though, and can dump a puck in deep. All right, trying to get out of their own zone. Leela McCafferty having some trouble there as Brielle Plord was in on the forecheck. On the half wall, a shot was blocked off of Sophia Fox as it came back into the slot, but plenty of jerseys there in black and gold for the Pride. Fox's pass doesn't connect on a wing. Georgiana Stakos had wiped out and lost an edge. Polar Bears have this puck, trying to navigate their way in across the line. This is Jane Millay. Millay had run into the ditch, but had the puck poked off of her stick. That was a good play by Zuckerman all the way around. Charlotte Zuckerman around the net. She's got some room to roam. She'll take it up through center ice, and maybe more here. Zuckerman in. Zuckerman shooting, and a save made point blank. As Reeve Burley passes her first test on a solo job up the ice from Charlotte Zuckerman. The defender for the Pride nearly did it herself to try and open up the scoring, but a strong save to the stick side for Burley with 11:07 left to go in this first period. Polar Bears able to win the face-off, courtesy of McInnes. Sent right back in by McKinley Moran. Washington didn't have to go too far to tag up as this puck is in deep to Connecticut territory. Pitched up to the far wing, but not out. As it's driven back in by Mia Daggett. Daggett intercepts along the near side, trying to play it off the boards. From out of the corner, it's played off the outside of the net. And then from in tight, Violet Fufer got a chance onto the short side that Burley was able to stop. Puck sent away from Sada. Polar Bears changing there with almost too many sweaters out on the ice. As this puck is fed in by Daggett. And flip a pass back from in below the goal line. Colinari ahead to Kleiner. They keep there along the point. Paget will shuffle her feet and cut, looking to center. But a backhander just hopped over Partha Surratt's stick. Ziavi Partha Surratt was in a good positioning there, going to goal. Just couldn't settle that puck down to her backhand. Nice play on the pinch by Tegan Paget. As along the near side, looks like we're going 50 to go in this first period. We'll have able to squeeze a pass through. Kleiner shooting. So an extended 5-on-3. Big face-off win from Mia Daggett, but Washington unable to clear the zone. Kleiner's going to play this across to McKay. Into the high slot, shot ripped towards goal, but it was blocked down straight away by McCafferty, but she tried to skate it out of the zone and couldn't. Around the net, Claire McKay. Couldn't get it through McCafferty. She'll go around the net, Colinari for Kleiner. For Colinari, and up top she goes. Elkins into the circle, nice return feed, and Kleiner's shot didn't miss by much to the stick side. Polar Bears will hold it in. 50 seconds left in the 5-on-3 as it's taken out high by Elkins. Kleiner high slot, puck on her backhand, she'll hand it off. McKay backdoor, and it's a swing and a miss for Colinari. Pride get to the puck. And on the second effort, they had a big clear there from Charlotte Zuckerman. 5-on-3 for 25 more seconds as McKay overskated the puck. Elkin played cleanly ahead. Yes, Elkins trying to work towards the middle. Nice job there to keep her wide by Lindy Chang, who keeps a good stick down on the ice and forces the puck back out to center. Fisher is set to exit the box. 5-on-4 here as this puck is banked back down the ice. No icing as it's picked up. Sada trying to steal it. That puck looked like it got caught up on the apron, and sure enough, we'll get the whistle with 7:38 to go in the first period. The Pride nearly out of the woods, but still shorthanded for 13 more seconds. Surviving, though, that 5-on-3, which Connecticut had for 1 minute and 35 seconds. June Kleiner certainly had her looks on that power play. Tried to go high glove on the first attempt. Valentine had the angle played well, and then the second attempt, that was even closer. Just ticking up over the right shoulder as she couldn't hit the short side. This puck played on goal, and Valentine was ready for it off the draw. This is Myers tied up in the corner, far side, as the puck bounces into the circle. Teams are back to even strength. Huge penalty-killing stand for the Pride, who now look to lead something here back at even strength, but Poshkett was worked over to the corner, and she'll get it back up to the point. Zuckerman to rim it all the way around. Teams back to 5 aside here as the Pride look to generate something. A centering feed canceled out there by the stick of McKay. And another centering feed knocked down by Goddard. One point shot will bounce wide from Zuckerman. In pursuit was Kari Poshkett as this puck gets sent down off the glass. Traveled all the way into the Washington zone. No icing, though. As a takeaway here inside the line, this is McGinnis, who didn't have help as it was arriving late. Shinbra, though, able to play it back down to the corner. Fought for here along the near side. Elkins now has it. Takes a shot towards goal, and Valentine able to steer it away. Pride looking for a clear, and that'll pop over the stick of Tegan Dolch, who is pressed up along the boards. Some contact from Tilly Benoit. And it's Benoit to bring this puck in, chopping it towards goal, and with a paddle down, Burley will play it safe and cover. A big moment already in this game as the Washington Pride able to successfully navigate their way through a 5-on-3 penalty kill. A couple of saves from Blake Valentine, a couple of timely shot blocks and clears, but ultimately the best chances for the Polar Bears did not hit the net. As Kleiner will play it ahead for Sada. Sada moves in and fires just wide to the glove side. Valentine couldn't get the stick to it. As Kleiner will drop this puck off. Shot was blocked by Moran. Picked back up by Kleiner off her stick. She'll turn. Kleiner, nice pass, but it was too hot to handle for Sada as it exploded off her forehand, and Valentine alert to cover. .536 left to go here in a scoreless first period from the New England Sports Village in Attleboro. Molinari on the draw, could not win it that time against Mia Daggett. As that outlet pass was slowed down by Kleiner, but played off the boards by Pfeuffer. Elkins will take it around her own goal. Up the near side boards, Sada helped to force it out, and now here comes Kleiner. Kleiner shooting through a screen, stopped, rebound, and Valentine had to reach up with a blocker to make the save. As Kleiner tried to center back up through the slot, McKay chopped it towards goal. Sada played it off the outside of the net there. Valentine couldn't cover it. As this was up to the line, held in for a moment by McKay. Now recovered and played ahead by the Pride. That's off the stick of Miller, who will track it down here into the corner. Two big saves from Blake Valentine there. The second one more impressive to get up with the blocker on the recovery. June Kleiner with a couple of chances as Malay back in, shot flexed aside with that left pad of Valentine. Quick reload again as McKay will bounce it in on goal, and Valentine can calm things down with 4:20 to go. She gets a little bit busier here in this first period, but her last two saves, her best so far. Face-off is won. Back up to the line, held in by McKay after it was taken off of the stick of Brielle Plord. Kendry just trying to play it away from the pressure, but it's everywhere here from the Polar Bears as McKay centers, and that puck played across the crease. Malay didn't get everything on the shot, but Valentine there to make the save. Stolen by Myers. And we get a whistle and a stoppage here as play was blown dead for offside. As the Pride try and turn things back up the ice, find some offense here in this first period. They've been able to defend pretty well, including that 5-on-3 penalty kill. They haven't been able to get much so far onto Reeve Burley. It's been a different story for Blake Valentine. You see Sada sling this puck in off the boards. Moran behind the net, closed off. Sada is in there along with Morton. Puck taken off the boards and fired towards goal and off the post. As that was sent through traffic by Lane McGinnis. And Valentine could not pick it up through the screen. Had to get some help there from the iron, as Williamson tried to drop that off. It was stolen by Sada. She'll bring it back ahead, out high with a shot that's punched aside by Valentine. This time able to see it. As a puck cleared out past Dolch, and it's icing on the Pride. Another attacking zone faceoff coming up for the Polar Bears, who are starting to throw more and more pucks onto the net of Blake Valentine. Had to battle through one of her games yesterday morning against the North American Hockey Academy. As a shot off the draw will deflect and hit off the end boards. Draw was in there trying to get to it. It's Washington instead. Benoit just did enough to force that puck outside the line, and as a result, it's offside on Connecticut. This is what the Polar Bears were able to do against the Hawks. That game yesterday afternoon, they found ways to really shorten up the ice and just find ways to wear down the opposing team's defense with a relentless attack as they stop another puck at the red line and feed it ahead. Kleiner just too far forward as she'll catch up to it in back of the goal. Kleiner back out high. McKay lost the handle. Slaps it back in deep with under 2 to play here in the first. But still to the perimeter as it's in deep for Gingras. Trying to squeeze it through as it's played back up through the crease by Plord. Into the corner for Zuckerman. She sees a lane to clear and is going to have to settle for an icing. Not a bad play necessarily. Just to alleviate some pressure. Give your team the chance to reset and get some wind back into those lungs. As this Connecticut team wants to be relentless and quick in terms of how they attack, and they certainly showed that. Not sure what the official shots were in that game. They went on to win 2-1, but it's one of those games where it really did feel like the shots on goal were about 80-10. Not quite that large of a discrepancy so far in the first period, but they have had the lion's share of the opportunities. As that point shot gets blocked down by Fox, another one knuckled towards goal, and Valentine tried to reach up for it, couldn't glove it. Final minute of play here in this first period, and the Polar Bears still on the attack as Myers from that far corner couldn't dig it out of several sets of skates. It's moved back now for Elkins, who rips it on goal, and an high shot is flagged down by the goaltender Valentine with 45 seconds to go in the first. Connecticut does not want to wait for the second period here to try and open up the scoring. An opportunity coming from distance there from Elkins as this puck got worked into the slot. And it's gathered up by Moran. Couldn't connect with Fufer there on a pass as it's picked up by Miller from her own zone. Off the skates of Fufer. Now Moran, top of the circle. That shot flexed aside by Burley. And played around to the far wing for Sada. With under 20 to go. Foot race back down the ice. Has been able to win it. As it's played up off of Fufer's stick. Pass up to Morton now on the wing, but she's closed off as Moran takes it off the backside of Fufer with 2 seconds and 1. And the first period here between the Washington Pride and Connecticut Polar Bears comes to an end scoreless. Despite some chances adding up at the end of the period, the Polar Bears unable to capitalize on a 5-on-3 power play. And the Pride getting some saves, especially down the stretch from Blake Valentine to keep this scoreless. As we'll take a quick breather here from the New England Sports Village. Back for the second period in just a minute. Both goaltenders switching ends here. Fresh 16 minutes up on the board as the second period is underway between the Pride and the Polar Bears in this U14 matchup. Happy to have you alongside here on this Sunday morning as June Kleiner sees her centering pass picked off by Fufer. Fufer shut down at the line. Good stand up from Dolch. As it's dumped in now and stopped by the goaltender Burley. McKay from her own zone up to the wing. Gingras could not get all of the puck there on the clear. As Fufer tries to hold it in, it was off Gingras' legs. Pitched back off the end boards, and Pride trying to keep the Polar Bears headed in now. As this puck will escape the zone. Zuckerman grabs it and plays it across to Moran, who had Kleiner bearing down. Moran able to one-hand it on for Fisher. So that closed off as the puck comes back into Polar Bear possession only for a moment. Puck taken out high into the slot. Moran fires, and getting a piece of that with the stick was Burley. Puck gets up on edge, back down into the Washington zone. It's a quick up off the boards, just out of Fisher's reach. She may have had numbers, but instead it'll be an icing here. Good bid in the early goings for the Pride as one of the Connecticut defenders, Elkins, got caught up high in the zone and some space was created for McKinley Moran in the high slot. She got a good tester off to the stick side. Good stop off the shaft of her stick from Reeve Burley. As the goaltenders have certainly been a big part of the storyline so far, Blake Valentine and Reeve Burley. As it's Valentine who will be tested here with a shot coming in from Plord. He's able to handle that with the glove. Didn't get handcuffed there as she reached across her body to make the save. Face off to her right. As it'll come over to the boards. Tight angle for us here at the Sports Village. As the puck now in back of Valentine's goal. Moran knocks it up the boards, but not out here as it's played across the slot. Myers had it and then lost it. Gets brought back in over the line, but Julia Williamson didn't have much help along with her as she goes crashing along with Goddard into the boards. Williamson, got to appreciate the effort. She was trying to steal second base, diving to look back to neutral ice, hoping she was going to tag up. Quite in time. We'll drop the puck here at center ice. Got a tap on the helmet from her coach. Always have a feeling that a coach at any level will appreciate that type of hustle and effort. As this puck, Chang was calling for it. Did not get to her. She had some space up the middle. As it's grabbed and dumped in by Lane McGinnis. Look out in back of the net. Wiping out was McKendry. She pops back up to her skates, but Sada has the puck now working 1-on-2. Came up the boards. Elkins was on the pinch. Able to get back defensively and close off on Benoit. Puck dumped in and stopped by Valentine. Oshkit lost it in the near circle to Kleiner. Comes back up towards the line and it'll leave the zone back down to Connecticut territory. Really stolen by Benoit, who broke up the path of Elkins. Kleiner's going to navigate in on her off wing now, taking it into the circle. Kleiner shooting, and she put it off the outside of the net. Got perhaps just too in tight to Blake Valentine into the goal. Fooled some of the fans here as they thought she had gone short side. Here's a quick up for Kleiner, and it's a 2-on-0. Kleiner, Gingras, back for Kleiner, and she missed the net. What an opportunity as Washington got caught in the period of the long change. And it was a 2-on-0 for the Polar Bears, and June Kleiner had Valentine, it looked like, down and out to the stick side, and she just missed. Up brought ahead here by Plord. Plord stick handling and curling along the boards. Nice pass back up to McKay, who shot, finds the back of the net through traffic. All of that on the zone entry from Plord, who bought herself some time and found options back at the point. And Claire McKay, through a crowd, able to find room on the glove side. And it's 1-0 for Connecticut with 11:24 to go in this second period. Bodies in front of the net. Nice setup and a nice shot to find the back of the net as McKay breaks the scoreless deadlock. Just about 5 minutes into this second period. Moran will get it out of her own zone, but it's sent right back in by Goddard. Around through the corners. The pass coming up the wing. Did not connect as Tegan Paget had to go back into her own zone. Moran needed some help. Had it hacked off of her stick. As this is now played up to the wing from Mia Daggett. She'll chip it into the corner. Violet Fufer is in pursuit. Comes into the circle, poked away from Daggett. Fufer there trying to hold as it's kept in by Moran. Only for a moment, though, as it's swept out by the Polar Bears. And stolen inside the line by Sada. Sada trying to thread the needle as that's through Moran's legs. Centering feed off the defender number 3 for Washington, who's been up there for a long shift. He's looking towards the bench now as Surratt got spun down there in the right wing circle. Comes around and gets cleared out through Fisher, but it won't have enough for icing. Pride hustle back to pick it up. Arthur Surratt trying to deflect the pass middle for Williamson. Instead, Colinari finds Kleiner cutting in, and a shot right on is swallowed up by Valentine, and there's no rebound. Pride able to pick up this puck, but the pass behind Partha Surratt, who was moving towards the middle. Stolen by Kleiner, who healed the pass. He had options. He's back out into the neutral zone, stolen and brought back in. Could be an opportunity for the Pride as that shot right on from Williamson was absorbed by Reeve Burley as Williamson went crashing into the boards. Tried to sneak that on the 7th hole stick side, but Burley did a good job closing things off on the right side of her body. Pride win the faceoff. Up grab by Pashkett. She'll lob it across the crease over to the near side. Off of Chang's stick. Now up to the wing. Malay going to turn a backhand pass middle. It's grabbed here by French. Her pass goes off the stick and back down as it's played quickly back ahead by McCafferty. Trying to get down the wing. Tilly Benoit. Closed off though by the Polar Bears, and along the wall a couple of players were tied up. That was Benoit and Goddard. And it looks like this is going to be on Goddard, and Washington gets their first power play with 8:33 to go in the second. The power play goal to Pride as Elkins will bash it all the way around. It's settled there by Moran. Around in deep she'll go for Williamson. Back out high now, Tegan Paget for Williamson. Back to Paget, and it just slipped through her. I'd have to regroup quickly. Rink wide feed, connects with Moran. She'll bring it in, long shot, springs off of Burley. Couldn't reel in the rebound as it's played back up the far side. Partha Surratt Off the boards through Elkins. Stepping through was Dolch. Dolch had Fisher tied up. Dolch will play it around. It comes to Kleiner, and Kleiner can clear. Carried ahead by Moran. Moran with a shot that deflects up and towards the glass. Good stick there from Dolch. As this puck gets cranked around and out with 50 seconds to go in Goddard's penalty. Wayward pass picked up by Sada. She'll kill off some time. Pride look to get possession back here. And they will, courtesy of Williamson, whose pass was knocked down by McKay. Now Sada closed off effectively there by a couple of Pride players. And now from center ice, it's Mia Daggett. Daggett off the skate. Gets it back here from the circle. With 15 to go in the power play, she'll twist it back up to the point. McCafferty walks in, takes a shot, and couldn't get it through the traffic. Morton on her backhand, just did enough to clear. As Goddard steps free from the box. And both teams successful on the penalty kill. As we're back to even strength, 6:25 to go in this second period. As from her knees, McCafferty pushes that towards the near side corner. It'll come back into the crease. Just swept away from Martha Surratt. Good stick there from French. As it's scooped up by McInnes. Played indirect for Morton. We'll stop up and send this puck in deep. The Polar Bears can get a change. That played right up the middle. Williamson to the line for Fisher. Fisher couldn't get around the stick check of McKay. And Kleiner wants to turn this into offense. She's back in with Gingras. Kleiner takes it out high and leaves it for Elkins. Elkins weaving, shooting and scoring! Bess Elkins. A serpentine route towards the goal. And she snaps a quick shot to the far side. It beats Valentine with 5:35 to go in the second. And Connecticut has doubled up their lead as Elkins scores a goal on the patience paying off from Kleiner. .35 left here in the second period. 2-0 lead now in hand for the Polar Bears. Reeve Burley's made a couple of saves. She's been solid. And coming in now for the Polar Bears will be Akina Britton, number 31. And she'll ride out the rest of this game in net for Connecticut. We bank the puck ahead. This is McLean Myers. Her shot from the far circle was deflected up and over the net. Good stick from Paget. As from the point, this is pulled off the wall. And a backhand that towards goal was Dolch. It's taken to the outside by Plord. Now Dolch couldn't get the shot to go there. It was slowed down by Pashkett. Polar Bears maybe smelling some blood in the air, up 2-0 now and trying to extend as it is pushed in deep by Dolch. Turned back out high for a shot that was muffled in the traffic. Moran hooked to bring that puck across the red line. She'll bank it back on further. This is deflected back in onto Valentine off of Plord's stick, and Connecticut gets a puck in deep, and she tries to swing it up to the far side again, held in by McKay, who slings that across the crease and wide. He was there in the near side corner, and he must have seen something that is going to take this goal off the board for Connecticut. Not sure if, I don't think I heard a whistle, but perhaps it was some contact in the crease that will ultimately negate that goal. So with under 4 minutes to play in this second period, it remains 2-0. Projected and played up into the air by McCafferty. Myers will use the glass from inside her own zone to clear. Zuckerman lumbering back to pick up this puck. Trying to get around Sada. Puck does get ahead now for Williamson. He will roll one on goal, and Britton with a paddle down gets the glove on top of that puck for the whistle. Around the wall, Fufer didn't send it back into the corner. Nearly a keep there inside the line. As almost holding that in was Daggett. Zuckerman trying to turn away from pressure. Liner, though, gets a takeaway. Now high slot, Culinari shot. Breaks off Valentine into the corner. Liner not the player you can afford to turn the puck over to, as Gingra's shot was blocked. Liner trying to pick up this puck, looking to get a stick in, as it's wrapped all the way out and down. No icing though here, as Elkins will pick this up. She's feeling the heat though. Good pressure from Daggett. Under 2.5 to go, second period. As the puck comes around the cage. French was crunched there, but got the puck up towards the line. Parker Surratt couldn't hold it in. Here comes Mollet now on the move, and she nearly got through Fox, who just closed the wickets in time. Dropped off now for McKay. Trying to cut middle, but lost the puck. It's up towards the line, and just out as Dolch and Papa Surratt got tangled up. Ward stood into as she dumps this puck back in deep. Pride will play it up to the far wing. And right up the middle, returning possession back to McKay. Puck tipped along off the boards. Morton picks it up. Dragging it into the middle, but just lost the handle. Grabbed now by Parker Surratt and played in deep off the boards. McKay will shield this puck. She has it pinned for a moment there in the corner. It's freed up now for Sada. And away she comes. Samantha Sada drops it off, and the shot from Morton will go off the legs of Moran and into the screen with 70 seconds to go in the period. Coaching the final minute here of this second period. Polar Bears keep a puck in and chip it towards goal. Covered up by Valentine on that attempt from Goddard. We figured if I'm the one to keep the puck in onside. Puck around the net. Final 50 seconds of this period. Polar Bears looking for one more goal as Kleiner to take it. He tried to hand it off to Goddard. Just lost it along the boards, and Pride are able to just work a puck ahead. Looking for more Williamson. Gained the line, but that's closed in on by Goddard. Kleiner now in neutral ice, battling Williamson. Kleiner able to step free and carry a puck in. Kleiner's shot ricochets off the defensive Paget and wide. It's up the boards, but not out. Dozen seconds to go here in the period. Old Bears will backhand it around. The Pride can cut this puck off, and Zuckerman's just going to skate off the final few seconds here. No time left for another shot. As the Polar Bears able to break a scoreless deadlock here in this second period, they tack on 2 goals, and they'll take a 2-0 lead over the Pride into the third, which we'll have for you next in just a minute.
And we are back, folks. 16 minutes to be played in this third period. Ralph Barrett taking over the play-by-play duties as our wonderful Tyler is going off and doing some other work. You know, we have been a little short-handed, so I'm jumping right into the fire here. Bear with me, but I hear that the Polar Bears are up 2-0. They kind of have had an offensive onslaught against the Washington Pride, but still a very close game. Very exciting to see how this third period is about to play. So Washington now right to left on your screens at home, rocking the navy blues and green. And the Polar Bears from Connecticut, white and blue, left to right on your screen as Washington wins the draw. Now taking it along the far side wall, thrown across side towards the near. Left wing on the boards about to play. She'll work it down low before it's quickly picked aside by Connecticut. Looking to rim it up the boards. And now through the neutral zone. This puck whacked at. Loose puck sees Connecticut taking in with stride. Now along the near side wall as it's swept away. Looking to work alongside that half wall. Cut through the high slot. No avail. Now work to the far side point. Puck thrown on, blocked by a skate. And a great keep by the near side defender, working it back down low before it's quickly chopped back behind the net. Washington looking to play, trying to escape the zone. They'll peel back and use their cage as protection. So again, bear with me as I didn't have any time to study any of these players' names, so we're kind of learning it together here as the puck is taken along the near side wall for Washington before being spurted back out. Loose puck battle won by Washington. Nice edges by the defensewoman. She'll carry it from near to far, up the wall, looking to cut in towards the middle, met by 2 Connecticut defenders. Washington still with possession. Right by their bench, far side wall. And here come the Polar Bears, wiring it in deep, 77. In my biased opinion, the best number there is to wear in the game of hockey. That's what I've worked through my entire youth career. And this one now worked along the near side wall. Fired on net, blocked in front. Rebound goes just wide. Washington to carry. Here comes Washington along the near side wall, looking for the breakout. That slid over. That's Riley, I believe. She'll get whacked aside. No call is 45 for Connecticut to play before it's quickly picked off once more. That'll be Moran, and I can tell you from just tuning in on this third period, very fluid skater. But she'll turn it over. And now a chance for Connecticut, and that one swept away on a good defensive one-on-one effort. Unable to be kept in, thrown off sides, and we'll have a whistle just outside of Washington zone. 13:40 to go here in this U14 matchup. Again, the Connecticut Polar Bears versus the Washington Pride. 2-0 Connecticut up top. And to take the draw will be Colorini for Connecticut. She'll lose it. This one's whacked into the neutral zone. Now throwing D to D for Connecticut. Backhanded. Far side. Pass can't connect. Now looking forward is Washington. And now D to D. Looking for a breakout will be Connecticut. Glances off the stick. And a loose puck battle along the boards. It was taken by Connecticut. Poked away. Good defensive effort by McKendry. And now here's Tweffer looking to move it forward. Can't connect. Connecticut looking for a counter. Through the neutral zone, here they come. They'll work it in right on net, sticked away, and steered towards the near side. One out by Washington. Kept in by Connecticut. The backhand in front goes just wide along the near side wall. And the defense doing a great job at activating for Connecticut. Something that I could tell as soon as I hopped into the building, as it looks like they'll draw a penalty because of it. And again, just from a small sample size of me being here, just over 3.5 minutes, Connecticut doing a fantastic job at having their defensewoman activate. Not afraid to take pinches. It's paying off in spades as they're able to keep the forecheck going. So, we will see a power play for Connecticut as Mia Daggett will go sit for 2, tripping the call, face off to the right of the Washington Minder. Now along the far side wall, nice toe drive to create space, working towards the point. Now back to Kleiner. She'll look to go to the other point, but that one taken off. So Connecticut to reset. Just barely onside. Great way to hang on to that puck before it's flung towards the near side. That one can't connect. Pass in front. That one goes off a stick as well. So this is a big kill for Washington as they have 1:20 left on it. Down 2 in the third period. They're fighting. Keep this game close. A big kill, then you really need to get on your horse offensively. There's still plenty of time to be played in this game. But they trail in the third period with 11:20 to go. 55 seconds on the power play. And a good kill thus far from Washington. That one as well escapes the zone for Connecticut. So they'll be back to play with 47 on the hook from Daggett. Trip, rather. Connecticut along the far side wall. Ships back around. Nice play. Pass over. Doesn't connect. Just glances off the offenseman's stick. Work towards the near side point. Shot on. No traffic in front, so it'll be hung on to for a whistle. Despite being down, Washington doing a great job on the penalty kill. Crucial in these next 23 seconds to get the kill. You go down 3, even though there is just over 10 minutes to play after this power play. That is a mountain to climb. Right now, just a hill, so they're looking to keep it at bay. Face-off is one in their D zone by Washington. Looking for a clearing attempt. She'll limit around the board, and it does escape the zone. 15 seconds left on the tripping call. Here comes Connecticut. Good stick work. Will be carried through the middle. Shot high off the blocker as that was McKay, Claire McKay, already a goal scorer this game. You can tell very fluid, silky, she'll look to pass in front, can't connect. A visionary with the puck though, but she'll stay along that near side point, the puck along the end boards on the far side. Grabbed by Washington. And we are back to even strength, so a big kill from the penalty kill unit. And now a chance to strike for Washington along the near side wall in the offensive zone. This one will be turned over. Battle for the puck. Sees Washington come away. This is Zuckerman. Zuckerman looking to make a move along the near side wall. She'll peel back, looking to feed the slot. Can't connect. And now here's Colorini. She'll get sticked aside before it's worked back in for Washington. Giving chase will be Dolch. Dolch looking to work along the far side wall. As a teammate, ended up turning it over in the neutral zone. Washington applying pressure at the line, looking like they may be implementing a little bit of a neutral zone trap. Trying to keep the Connecticut forecheckers away, but here's a nice poke check. Now the shot, that one gloved and hung on to for a whistle. Call a lot of games in the last 2 days, so my voice may be low, but my spirits are up. What a game we have thus far, and a great glove save. We'll see a face-off to the left in the Washington zone. But if you're watching on YouTube, this is Ralph Barrett substituting for Tyler on the call. He gave us an amazing 2 periods, and I'm glad to take us home. Connecticut with the snapshot. That one patted aside. Looked like it may have hit off the skate. Connecticut now in the neutral zone. Nice poke check on the forecheck by Williamson. Williamson giving chase. So these Pride will not go down without a fight, as they have been relentless despite being blanked on the score sheet through 2. And I'm not going to say the word. I do believe in broadcaster jinx, but here come Connecticut looking for even more of a buffer, unable to get a shot through the slot. Now it'll be worked once more, and a great stick check by Fisher. Again, no chance to study the names. I came in supposed to do camera work for next game, but asked if I could finish this 3rd period, so happy to be here. Just bear with me, folks. Now along the corner wall, this work towards the point. Nice move by the Connecticut defender before it's toe drag back, passing the slot. That one gets sticked aside. And now a scrum near the Pride bench. Taken by Connecticut. Pseudo 2-on-1 shot up high and glove. Blake Valentine, the goaltender, she has looked outstanding in this 3rd. Under siege and still standing tall. So a face-off to the right of Valentine. And now here's Washington with under 8 minutes to play in this 3rd, looking for some sort of offense. Hemmed in their zone as of now. Connecticut to carry. .7:35 to go. Scrum along the near side wall. Fans, if you've been to New England Sports Village, an amazing rink. 2 rinks as well. A lot of space. But unfortunately on the 2nd rink, the bars are in the way along the near side wall, as you can probably tell at home if you're watching on YouTube. So just giving our best guesstimate when it comes to the near side boards. This one thrown down the ice for Washington. Looks like it'll come back for an icing, and it will. 7:12 to go here in the final period of regulation. 2-0 our score. Polar Bears in front. Face off to the right of Valentine, who has had a very busy 3rd period. Got word from Tyler saying that she was busy all game, and she has looked phenomenal. Seems to have been laboring just a bit in yesterday's game. At least that's what he's told me. She's fighting through it and done a heck of a job at doing so. But this one taken by Connecticut in the offensive zone. Shot from the point, looking for a deflection. Doesn't go. Caleri knocking on the doorstep. Can't get it through. Now work back in. Caleri to give chase. 2 Pride on her. She'll look to muscle through before getting reinforcement from her line mate. Now thrown towards the Pride bench. Stays in play. And from D to D, here comes Connecticut. Trying to throw it back in, and instead she'll elect to just backhand this one. Just out of reach of her D partner. We'll go back to retreat before trying to bank it off the boards. And here comes Washington. Washington now behind the net. A loose puck taken by Connecticut. Sent down the length of the ice. No icing. They said it would have been able to be played by Washington. Here comes Washington. Smooth skating through the middle. Another cut towards the far outside. What a move, Washington with a bouncing puck. This one thrown just wide. Pass in front, can't connect. Still loose. And now finally pushed out of the zone from Connecticut. So it was very smooth skating from Charlotte Zuckerman. She's been an impact player this third period. And so has Moran. McKinley Moran. She'll carry it before tapping it over to McCafferty. Now this work back up by Connecticut. Myers, one of the goal scorers. Claire Myers now carrying. Myers around the net. Pass over to the stick. Looking for Claire McKay. This one thrown on net. 5-hole save. Rebound still loose. Puck whacked at. And it's still loose. Couple of saves by Valentine. Clyde trying to push the puck away. Still battling. Intense fight for Myers. Okay. And 1 second. And sorry about that, folks. 5 minutes to play here. That one up and out of play. Some technical difficulties. Again, we are shorthanded, so my lovely girlfriend who came over is going to be filming the other game at the other rink as I finish the play-by-play for this invigorating U14 game. 4:49 to go in the final period. 2-0 our score. So now here comes Washington along the far side wall. This one backhanded, just high. Washington to play, this one alongside the wall. Here comes the near side shot. Glanced off a stick before thrown in front, can't connect. So now along the near side wall. Again, we don't have the best view of it. Zuckerman once more battling for the puck. Looks like there's some contact against Parasarev. No call. Thrown in by Washington off the stick. 3:45 to go here in the final period. Here comes Connecticut on a counterattack. 2-on-2. And now behind the cage. Squirted out through the neutral zone. Connecticut to play once more. But this has been a back and forth game. Connecticut, though, in the third period really has been the better team in the neutral zone. Getting to a lot of these loose pucks a lot quicker than Washington. Wonder if fatigue's playing a role. There's been a lot of games played here at the New England Sports Village this weekend. And the puck will be whacked in. We'll see Connecticut go for a change. Zuckerman will run this around the boards with less than 3 minutes to go here. And here's Pfeiffer. She'll get ripped away. The puck ripped away, rather. 2:40 to go. Connecticut with a short side shot. Looks like it's stuck behind the net before it's whacked out. And now here comes Washington. Barthasarov had a decent chance, but it's poked away, and now Connecticut on the counter. Nice move. The shot goes just high. Looked like it deflected off a stick. That was floored with a chance. Puck takes a weird bounce towards Washington's bench before it's fired back in by Connecticut. Washington to play with 2 minutes in the third. As chip moved by Padgett, but now a turnover, shot in front, and a save, Valentine. She'll hang on. And a great play by Valentine, pushing over from post to the middle, keeping that puck tracked right into the logo. And a big save to keep her team in the game with 1:56 to go. Face off to the right of Valentine. And it looks like we'll have a timeout. Coaches will discuss. Also, being on the bench at these times, sometimes a timeout, instead of conversing, a lot of it is just telling the players to catch a breath, especially in such a big game. Nerves can get to you, especially down 2. Good play by Washington's bench to just call that timeout, let them breathe a little bit, talk about potentially when a goaltender pull can come and what to expect. Maybe some in-game adjustments right now, as again, Connecticut's really done a great job at activating their defensewoman, pinching that blue line, and Washington is struggling to find the answers. It really has been a back-and-forth game. Again, came right into the fire in the third period. And it's been even, but puck possession is always king, and it seems like Connecticut's doing a really good job at that, winning the battles in the neutral zone. And that's really been the difference in at least keeping this a 2-goal game for Connecticut. Washington, what you want to do, dig deep in that oxygen tank. I know the fatigue's hitting you. It is Sunday. We've been playing since Friday. But dig deep into that gas tank. Have the wingers play close support. And instead of trying to cut it around or throw it around towards the boards, cut through the neutral zone, cut through the middle, try to separate those defensemen that are activating on that strong side and look for maybe a weak side streaker. And we'll see if that's what ends up happening. So faceoff is won by Connecticut. Great block in front. Connecticut will maintain possession. This one thrown back towards the far side wall. It'll be carried by Washington. A skip pass doesn't go through. Now Connecticut will throw it towards the boards. Washington to play. Backhanded D to D, now carrying through the middle. Good forecheck by Connecticut, and Ruben's been suffocating all third period. Another glance off the stick for Connecticut. They'll keep the puck and throw it in deep. Smart play when you're up 2. Can't score if it's on the other side of the ice. So they'll continue to just work the puck in. We'll see it once more, at least an attempt, but a great board pin by Washington. 2 to a side, now 3. Scrum with 1:13 to go here in the third. We'll see 4 from Washington. And finally, a whistle with 67 seconds to play here in regulation. Puck did not want to come out. And every second precious for both sides. Washington needing to strike immediately. Connecticut continuing to grip this 2-goal lead. Here comes Washington. Thrown on, this one wide. Giving chases Washington, Connecticut to retrieve. Net is empty for Washington. 6 on 5. Shot, this one blocked in front. And now, thrown down the ice. Is it in? Yes! And what a snipe! So Claire McKay. No, I believe it is going to be Ann Gringus. So Gringus with a great shot from around her own blue line, maybe just past it. And with 46.7 seconds left in the game, we need a miracle if you're a Washington fan. A big whack there by Gringus. But Washington will maintain possession, looking to get one. A net battle in front. 5 on 5 hockey still. Looks like they're not going to pull. 30 seconds to go. Connecticut rimming the puck out. Wins off a stick. Here's Gringus again. She'll work the puck in deep. Again, another smart play by Connecticut. And from here on out with 17 seconds, it's all but academics. Turnover in front. Backhanded saved by Valentine. Shot on net. This one goes wide with 6 seconds to go. And with that, the Connecticut Polar Bears with a big win as they will celebrate a hard-fought game against the Washington Pride. Connecticut reigns supreme. 3-0 our final. So a big celebration going on. And the Polar Bears, sticks, gloves, some helmets thrown on the ice. And what a game from both sides. Washington fighting hard, couldn't prevail. How can you not be romantic about hockey, though, as we see these teams battle-tested, fighting as hard as they can with and against each other. And the ultimate show of sportsmanship in all sports, the handshake line. No matter how many bumps, rubs, poke checks, slashes, hooks you get, elbows thrown, fights in front of the net, you can battle for 60 seconds, or our math's not great, but just under it for U14. And yet, right after, the handshakes are supreme. So a big shout out to the Connecticut Polar Bears as they'll take this game over the Pride in a shutout victory. 3-0 our final. I'm Ralph Barrett with the substitute call. Came in the third period. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And until next time, live from New England Sports Village, we appreciate you having us. So we will see the ceremonial cup presented. The Polar Bears ending up with the trophy. As that'll be Bess Elkins holding on to it. She'll take her pictures. Sixes, U14 champs. As the players hold up number one, they truly can say that this is an amazing feat that they were able to accomplish, and a rightful applause from the Connecticut fans. Nothing but smiles over in Connecticut, and can you blame them? There's a few of the girls in the gritty. So families to take pictures, encapsulate this memory for ages. And with that, for real this time, I'm Ralph Barrett. Thank you for bearing with me. No pun intended for the Polar Bears, but came in this third period as an emergency broadcaster. Could not be more ecstatic to see what I see. So a big celebratory picture for the Polar Bears, for their family, and for the last time. I'm Ralph Barrett signing off. Drive safe, and we will see you soon.